Welcome into episode 221, as titled 2026 Ford F-150 and Lightning is canceled. I'm your host, Tim Bartz.
I'm Sarah Davis.
Welcome. And we are recording this as a podcast, Ford Video Guy podcast. You can check it out on your favorite podcasting streaming platform, or you can watch it live on YouTube as a live stream. And of course, you can watch this recorded afterwards as well, after YouTube decides to process it. So hopefully you guys are having a great day. I've learned to keep the mic there so I'm not turning, right? So every time I turn, it doesn't.
See, I've gotten good at this because I like to do the.
Well, if I don't keep it too close, it'll pick up and adjust my audio. So hopefully audio level sound looks good and everything. And we do have our camera back. So we have the light turned on and hopefully looking okay and everything. So thanks to our friendly IT photographer,
services.
Camera guy, Jeff, for us, our third part of our team here, which he's headed out. He's had a long day. I actually had thought about having him in today's live stream because he knows. He's a big proponent of EV and he likes his EV and he's got a mach-e.
I would not have been opposed to him taking over tonight.
I think he wanted to head out of here, but anyway, he might jump on later. He said, and just check out everything out. But yeah, we'll talk about the Lightning. A lot of people put out information, and we're not always the first, but I do want to make sure I'm hopefully one of the higher educated. I did watch, thinking of very educated and smart and people that knows a lot about this, and that is, of course, Johnny did a video, did one live earlier that he recorded on this topic as well. And of course, State of Charge. Yeah. Tom, he is incredible. He's really good. I know Out of Spec also did something. I'm sure BV, I mean not BV, but
Evie.
Bo.
Yeah,
he will. You know, when you're in a crunch, you forget things. But they'll do a. I'm sure they'll talk about it tomorrow night on their podcast. So we have it down and start. What am I? It's in the notes. It's in the show notes. Check it out. I don't know, their podcast on EV. What turned down for what? That's what it is. Turned down for what? So check out theirs. Of course, all the others that are down below as well. You know, yours is down there. You had a video go live last week. Is that right? Last Thursday. So, and who was on that? Was that Bailey?
Last week.
On that? Is that
it was Bailey.
Bailey. So we got a chance to meet her at Digital Dealer. She was there. We interviewed her at Digital Dealer as well.
Yes.
on our live stream. So if you guys remember that. So check that out, that interview out as well.
A wonderful dealer from Texas.
Of course, All Train Nation, they were live Sunday night. They talked about two-door.
I tried hopping in. I missed it.
The two-door vehicles, and the thing of it is the big thing is they're talking about having that like the Bronco doesn't have that many two doors available, and then they talked about how you can get a two-door configuration about every trim level on the Jeep. Well, here's the truth and the facts of this year's sales of all of the Broncos sold. Now, I'm not talking about produced. I'm talking about sold. Of the Broncos sold by dealers, less than 1% were two-door. And that's just the facts.
Yeah.
Most people are getting the four-door configuration, and I think that's why Ford kind of left the two-door to the base and the Badlands, because I guess their thinking is that the people that are looking at two-door are probably wanting to take it off-road. Mm-hmm. That's your Badlands configuration people that have all the, the front and rear locker, two-door, that's those people. And I think that they won't miss that being over there. Most of your Outer Banks, they want all the luxury and everything. Four doors, that's probably where it's going to be. But anyway, and I think that's why they shifted the Strop Bronco over to a four-door this year. So we'll see. But anyway, so we're going to get more into that. But we're talking about Lightning in here, but that kind of got me in a tangent because All Train Nation was live talking, and Kelly was on too. So that was pretty cool. And I think a lot of the two people that wanted, like I think Rob's saying there, some people wanted the two-door got theirs early, right?
Yeah.
And they're hanging on to them. Of course, I'm hanging on to mine.
Yeah.
I'm not trading it in. But after today, I've realized we do need a second one in our family.
Yes.
Because your mom seems to think that the Bronco's hers. I took her some coffee. She says, "You're my hero." I says, "Well, I do drive a Bronco." And she goes, "Well, you drive my Bronco." I'm like, "Okay, well, I need to get another Bronco."
It's the pretty one.
Anyway, so I mean, if I get a Bronco, I could put my own graphics on it.
Yeah.
Different other graphics. Those are our graphics together. That's our Bronco. Anyway, we'll talk about all that good stuff. But I also kind of want to bring up, don't forget, we're going to kind of highlight this. We haven't talked about it yet. Don't forget to make sure if you're new to the channel, and some people are going to be new. If they saw the title, they may want to see what we have to say about the F-150 Lightning getting canceled. This is a live stream. This is I like to say it's kind of like a talk show. In a sense that we will get to the topic later.
Eventually.
We do have a couple things to cover that we like to cover every week. Scheduling information. We have some dealer news updates and some recall updates to talk about. And then we'll get to our topic. I do have a fun Is It True as well on the Bronco. Coffee Time members, we've talked about it a couple times this week. But those that aren't Coffee Time members, we'll talk about it tonight about Is It True about some things on the Bronco. And let's see. Yeah. And then we'll get into the topic and talk about this new Ford shift. They're the first manufacturer really to say, nope, we're not doing this. We're going to go another direction, and they're shifting pretty quick. Anyway, we'll get into that. But if you're new to the channel because of this title, make sure that you hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you get notified on our videos. And if you want our membership, we do have membership available. Hit that join button. And you can learn more. Now, we do have 3 tier levels. I do encourage you to do the cheaper one, the $199. That is our live stream. The other 2 will be discontinued as of December 31st. Those are going to go away. And so some of you that are members, make sure you've downgraded to that $199. And you'll stay there. Now, if you're on one of the other tiers, what it'll do is it'll kick you out. The next time you come to live stream, you'll just need to resub up, and you should still have your days as long as it's within your monthly time. But anyway, you can membership content in there. Now, it is going to be a little different than it was in that video there, because most of our member content, we are asking people to go over to our Patreon. So patreon.com/Ford Video Guy, or go to the Patreon app and just search Ford Video Guy, and you'll find our Patreon. It's also linked down below in the description. And that's where you're going to see our the lot walks that we do on Thursdays, which we will not be doing Christmas Day.
Yeah.
Go figure. We will not be doing that video on New Year's Day.
Yeah.
So I might move it up. We might do it on the 24th and 31st instead for everybody, for our members, because we don't want them to miss out on that. But those videos are going to be over on Patreon. Our live stream, we started doing that this week on Patreon. We'll see how that goes this next week. We dual live streamed this last week. But we'll see. We'll by the 31st or by the first of the year, we will be completely over there
for membership.
Whatever it looks like, that's the way it's going to look. That's what we're doing. And then yes, over there, and then Coffee Time members. So we have some people that went on the regular one and then upgraded the Coffee Time. So we have a little fun. About 10-minute. Usually it's about a 10-minute me talking about things that I've done in my personal life, the night before, what all I did, then talking about what is the game plan that I need to do, some things I need to get done today, and that kind of thing. So what? No Christmas videos? You slackers.
We'll see. We'll see what happens that day.
Yeah. I heard that not only Santa Claus is coming to town, but Ridgeview's coming to town. I heard Ridgeview's coming to town for Christmas.
Yeah.
We are welcoming you in. I'm cleaning the house so that we can have Ridgeview over. So hopefully he can be here by Christmas Day. Him and Aurora. And hopefully and we'll welcome you guys in. And be ashamed that you're not with Annie and Josh. But you can blame
too bad
that.
you can't be here for Christmas Eve. Come to our candlelight service with us. Yeah.
Right. And it's Josh's fault that they're not all together on Christmas Day. Just throwing that out there. Anyway, but hopefully we won't get a Grinch, and we can get you back to Maine without without any problems in that mach-e standard range mach-e is driving back to Maine. We'll help get you. We'll find your stops while you're here. Yeah. So anyway, so he'll be here, and he's gonna be here the 26th. That is a Friday. That's a member live stream day.
It is.
Just saying. We'll see if we can get him. We'll see if we can talk him into coming on camera. Or
for a minute.
Anyway, let's see what else we got going on. Good stuff. Oh, don't forget. I kind of promote this, and I mentioned this in my videos. Don't forget, we do have collaborated with 3W floor liners, and of course the code is down in the description of this title to get you 10% off of the 3W liners. So these kind of see what these look like there in that video. So very nice liners. I still, to this day, I mean, they're good. You know liners. What? They are not moving.
It's obligatory now. I need C-Max floor liners.
You need C-Max floor liners. Anyway, so there you can get the floor liners if you're wanting those. Check the link down below, and they are going to be providing a QR code for our live stream. They want to really kind of work with us on our live stream, and nobody else has done that and wanted to do that. Plus, they are getting me connected with somebody else that's within their family of products, and we have a fun something. Actually, I'm really excited about. We'll Coffee Time members know what's up, but everybody else does not, and we will hold that until that comes in, and I can do the video on it, and we'll get a video on the McArthur channel, and we'll talk about it, and once we get that installed. So it'll be a cool product, something that I'm excited about, because you guys know I like the off-road, and this will help me. I won't go any more into that. I want to surprise you. Anyway, so we'll be working with them, but do check that out if you want a discount on those liners. And we have several people that I've noticed that have purchased some of those liners. And if you're here, drop it down in the comments. Let people know what you think of your liners if you've installed those in your Maverick. They have them for the Maverick. Bronco. Yeah. I know F-150. Mach-e. Jeff has them for his Mach-e. He really likes them as well. And I have, of course, we have the factory ones for the liners for Expedition and my mach-e, which they do pretty good. But I will say that these are better than WeatherTech. I mean, not the dog on WeatherTech, because they've been they've been out there for years and being a big priority. But I like these over them.
Yeah.
So anyway, and I actually have other companies that are wanting to collaborate with me on floor liners, and I'm like,
already got some.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know with me, I'm not going to promote anything that I don't like myself. And some of these will say, "Hey, you want to collaborate?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not. I would never put that in one of my vehicles. I'm not going to collaborate with you. I'm not going to do that. I want to viewers trust me, and I want to give them products that I like myself, and so or I want to try myself. So, so there you go. And that, like the Pelsey camera, we did that Pelsey cam. Yeah. Still in my Bronco, right? So anyway, all right, enough of that. Thank you very much to 3W to provide a nice discount code to our members and our followers there. So do we have any discounts on our merch right now?
I want to say yes. I
don't know. It might be too late for Christmas if you're wanting it in time for your your family members that follow the channel. But sometimes there's some discount codes going on. But we might be getting a little close to Christmas at this point. So anyway. All right.
Here we go. Oh, okay. The 13th through the 17th.
13th.
25% off on 50 plus orders.
$50 orders or more. Okay. Right. That's right now.
Right now.
So that's going on until tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay. Is there something coming after that?
25% off everything day after Christmas.
Day after Christmas. Okay. There you
and
go.
Then the 29th through the 6th.
In case your family members didn't get you your Ford Verde guy or all women driven merch.
This just came in. This is the first time trying it on.
The right side. Oh, it's a little too far over.
It's too far over.
I'm
the last time it was here, but that's too far over.
Oh.
So
yeah, I try to make sure when I'm looking at it when you're setting it up that it's like
not too far over.
Yeah, sometimes there's so much it takes you so long to get it on there that you're just like want to boom 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 through all the different apparel and then.
So if you're looking at my apparel, at my merch, I have some that are on the right side and some are on the left side. You can tell what I've ordered because my logos are on the right side instead of the left side. Because I put my hair over here and it covers my logo otherwise.
Yep. Well, your logo's not quite in the right place.
It's not.
It's a bummer. Anyway, all right. Talk about some upcoming videos though, real quick before we get into the rest of the live stream. We do have yesterday Maverick Monday video. We talked about last week. We were able to talk about it. The Maverick, the Motor Trend Truck of the Year. 2026 Truck of the Year for Motor Trend. And so we talked about that yesterday's live stream. We also talked about our inventory. There is that mega bonus cash is what Ford's calling it for all Mavericks, $1,000. First time ever that the hybrid version has been able to get any kind of rebate, and that's going on right now to the end of the year. So if you're wanting a 2025 hybrid, and of course the rebate, that mega cash is only on 25 model year, then now's your opportunity to do that. EcoBoost gets like $2,000 or maybe even $3,000, like Lobos, I think, get $3,000 or something. But there's some pretty good discounts. And we've already sold like 15 Mavericks this year or this month. Mm-hmm. Is it 15? Yeah. Or no, 8. Well, I think we're at 8. But right now we're halfway through the month. Doubled, that's 16. That's, that's pretty good. We've already sold 30 F-150s this month.
Yeah.
Doubled that, that's 60. We normally sell 40. Yeah, we're on a good pace right now. So we're going after Mel Hamilton for number 1. We're coming after you. Anyway, let's see what else we got going on. Talked about channels of support. Built Wild Wednesday though tomorrow. I have a fun video. So
come join us.
Talking about wraps. Talking about our wrap. We have a Bronco that we're gonna. You know what Bronco I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So we got a Bronco that we're gonna showcase tomorrow.
Not my cup of tea, but
no, but those that out here, those Barbie lovers might like it. Anyway,
you just gave it away.
We'll have that video tomorrow for Built Wild Wednesday. So we'll show you another Bronco, vintage Bronco build that we have available for you, and then yes. So there you go. All right. And then speaking of Bronco stuff, is it true tonight? We'll talk Bronco as well. So, all right. Anything else? Weekend plans? What did you do? Christmas decorations or stuff?
No. I wrapped Christmas presents. You had the boys, so I took advantage and I wrapped some Christmas presents. What did we do Saturday? I know I did something Saturday.
We played soccer with the boys. It was cold Sunday. It was
Yeah.
like 20 degrees. The boys
They're
were like,
outside.
We want to go outside. I'm like, it is cold out there.
You wanted to go play in the sandbox. I'm like, sir, it is cold out here. And then, Saturday was the Christmas party.
Yes.
The dealership Christmas party.
Yep. We were there for about an hour and we had to head
I
out.
stayed home and played video games with my kiddos.
That's always fun.
We're
I remember
into
playing video games with you guys when we were younger.
Yeah.
You guys were younger.
We've been playing Lego Jurassic Park, Lego Harry Potter. Will plays Minecraft. He's getting really good at that. He defeated the Ender Dragon today.
Yeah. Okay.
With a diamond sword that he crafted.
So I have a Lego car coming. Well, it's not Lego. It's not Lego brand. And it's like mini cubes or something. But it's special because it's supposed to be my Bronco.
Right.
So the color of my Bronco, and maybe I'm hoping the graphics. So I sent photos of our Bronco, and it says it's been shipped, but not picked up yet. So I can't wait for it to come in. Hopefully it gets here before Christmas. It'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Anyway, Barbie doesn't sound built wild. Well, not all Broncos. Leave them all. Anyway.
Anyways,
somebody said, "Hey, I heard there's some off-roading in Salina, Kansas." I'm like, "Yeah, over at the mall."
Actually, that
parking lot
is treacherous for a car like mine.
I haven't been over there in a while.
My car is low to the ground. Someone called it a lawnmower. My lawnmower, because it's so low to the ground.
I did some off-roading today, and
it's like basically
kind of. So I was at the bank, and they have construction going on for the drive-through.
Yeah.
So they have one little lane, and it's like I went over the curb because I almost hit the cones. I didn't want to knock them down because I'm a little wider. And so I parked, and I'm like, well, you know what? I got a curb here, and it's just like a little bit. Have you seen it there at the bank?
Yeah.
It's like a little bit of curb and then curb on the other side. I said, I'm just going straight over. So I just went over the curb.
So I was at Mocha's last week getting my Monday morning coffee since it's half price. And I'm sitting there. They bring me my order, and there's two cars ahead of me. They bring me my order. One car leaves, so there's only one car ahead of me. They try to bring another order out. I'm like, not mine. Took it to the car behind me, then brought out a third order. 3 orders while we wait for this one person to move. I'm like, that's why you asked them to pull forward. But I'm like sitting there going, I need Dad's Bronco. I need a Bronco. Because there's a spot right there that I'm like, I could be gone. I could be gone right now.
Yeah, now that I off-road, I see things differently. When I see roads and I see ditches and I see things, when I look out when I'm driving along and I go, oh, that looks like it'd be a fun trail to go on. That looks like it'd be a fun road.
Exactly.
I look at things so much differently now. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I can go that way.
Have I told you when I drive the boys to sleep, I take them on country roads? Nice and bumpy.
Oh, boy.
And a little C-Max.
But that's fun. All right. Okay. Should we go talk about our members?
This week, Rory and Shelby Hall and Rory Lewis.
Are you sure? You haven't even recorded the video yet.
Okay, I haven't recorded it.
Yeah.
But if I get it recorded tomorrow with them, they had to reschedule. If I get it recorded, then this week is Shelby Hall and Rory Lewis. If not, I don't have an episode this week.
All right.
Maybe I will. Maybe I'll look up a woman of automotive history and do an episode.
Okay. Well, anyway.
We'll see.
All right. Shout out to members here. Let's do our shout outs.
Yes. All righty. If I missed you, I'm sorry.
She was talking.
I was talking.
That's what we do here.
Go ahead and drop hi below if I miss you. We'll start off with Space Tech, who's been a member for 20 months.
Wow.
We have Chuck, aka Ridgeview. See you all soon. We have Mahathi. Hello, all Ford friends. Hope you are staying warm. Americans don't want overpriced trucks with limited range. Maybe 30K truck will do better. We have Alan. Evening, everyone. It's rather warm here today, just rainy at this time. We have, oh, there we got Mahathi. We have Bronco Rob. Howdy, folks. We have S. Young. Good evening. Space Tech. Don't forget to hit the like button. Mid Coast Maine. Good evening, everyone. Hello from Orange County, California. I hope everyone is eagerly anticipating the Christmas holiday and happy Hanukkah too. We have Mike 52G. Hello from Northeast Pennsylvania. And Jack. Hello, friends. Hope all is well.
There we go. All right. Thanks to those members. And
sorry if I missed you.
Yep. And all the members that watch and later. Thank you for being members. Appreciate it. And there you go. All right. Speaking of one of our viewers that came through from Alaska, our Alaska friends.
Yeah.
They're now down in Arizona.
Oh, so they've been in Texas. They're now in Arizona.
Yeah, they're now in Arizona making their way. And the truck, the 450, is doing great. They have a 23,000 pound RV. 23,000 pounds. Pulling that, the F-450 is pulling up without any problems.
No.
He says, I don't know why people want to add any performance to these. They really don't need it. Now, I don't know if his has a high output, but man.
Now, he is in a 450 dually.
Yes. 450 dually. All 450s are dualies, but.
With a gooseneck.
Yep. Yep. So, yeah, that's the thing. The thing's got, it's huge. He's got a washer and dryer in that.
Yeah.
So, anyway. But, yeah, he
said. What I imagine, I'm going to retire, and Leo and I are going to sell everything and dwindle down into one of those and just go.
Yeah.
That's what our plan is.
You know, for us, it'd be nice. I mean, the little camper was fine. We did a whole week or whatever with it. We'll keep it for a little longer, but I could see us upgrading a little bit in size. I'd love to have like a shower and a bathroom in it, and then just a little bit bigger. The Bronco could handle it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I don't need a lot of extra room.
We'll definitely have to see what's in store for us when it comes to where the kids land when they're older. But if they end up like Jenny's kids, one's in Boston, one's in Florida. If I have a camper and we live out of the camper, well, guess what? We can go spend a couple weeks in Florida, go spend a couple weeks in Boston, and go between the two.
A lot of these some of these campsites have washer and dryer facilities, so you can go.
Yeah.
To be honest, I wear about the same clothes every week, right? It's just like, okay, well, during the summer and winter it's different, but I mean,
yeah.
Just, you know, I wash my clothes once a week. So
I want enough room for my decorations. That's my only thing. I want enough room for my holiday decorations.
We are looking for storage, different things, because they're really like, we have that one wall in the camper. And so your mom found something like, you know, like you can put like shoes and stuff in it, you know, like on the back of a door. Mm-hmm. But she found one that it looks like you can put things inside. So I was like, oh, that'd be perfect for blankets and sweatshirts, because a lot of times I may have room for all my normal clothes, you know, shirts and pants and all that kind of stuff. But then when the sweatshirts are what, I'm like, okay, where am I going to put these? And so sometimes I'll keep a sweatshirt in the Bronco, and then I'll just keep one in there and sweatpants. But you can roll them up and put them in there, and like that wall would be perfect for that. I'm like, yeah, there you go. So thinking of creative ways of storage like that against walls that we're, you know, not up against, that we can use that. But
so I just looked up the weather for Christmas, because they're talking about what the weather's going to be like. It is predicted to be partly sunny with a high of 60.
Yeah, it's supposed to be pretty nice most of this week.
We don't have white Christmases.
Like today, this is what I was wearing outside. I mean, it's been pretty nice today, and it hasn't been.
We don't get a white Christmas.
It turned cold. You know, it snowed a little bit Saturday.
Yes.
It was snowing like Saturday evening.
We got a couple flurries.
Yeah, but nothing really stuck. But
we don't usually get snow sticking for more than a couple of hours until January.
I'm ready for that. I'm okay with it. Good. If you give me a good snowstorm where we have to close the dealership and I can go out off-roading, or snowing,
close the dealership? We don't close the dealership.
Whatever. Anyway.
We're still open online.
Well, yeah, you know what I'm saying. All right. Anyway, okay. Well, let's get into some more of the information here and get into scheduling here. Go. Nope, still got a comment up there.
Yep.
All right. So for this week, really pretty simple. So we're going to get into here's kind of the scheduling notes for this Thursday, December 18th, 2025. Of course, still using allocations from November for December's scheduling. And this is for January, February's production dates. And so most of the plants are not scheduled. So here are the plants that are not scheduled this week. Bronco Sports not scheduling, mach-e, Explorer, Expedition, Maverick, they're not scheduling. F-150 Lightning is done for good. So those are the plants not scheduling. So that means and the Mustang plant is not scheduling as well. Bronco and Ranger plant, Michigan Assembly Plant, they are scheduled this week for those February production dates. The only note there on the Bronco is they do need some Badlands orders without the Sasquatch package. And on Ranger, the only note in there is black appearance package is exhaust availability, as well as the 2.7 liter engine is exhaust availability as well. So that's kind of notes there. The Super Duty is scheduling, and for Kentucky and Ohio for those. Actually, Kentucky is for 119 through 22. Ohio is 126 through 22. And some of the things on that one there is the limit availability is the F-450, the F-550, the King Ranch version, the Lariat Premium Package, Lariat Ultimate Package, Pickup Box Elite, Max Recline Seats, the fifth wheel gooseneck hitch prep package, and the Trimmer off-road wheel. So those are the things that are limited availability. So those will probably struggle to get scheduled. Oh, and also XLT with the bucket seats. So you want to go bench seat on that. So if you have any of those things there, good luck to you. Probably going to be a struggle there. F-150, 26 model year scheduling. Both plants for the weeks of 2/9 through 2/23. And limit availability for the 5.0 liter V8 engine, the 3.5 hybrid engine, the 2.7 liter V6 engine, the 20-inch gloss black wheel. That's the one that's in the XLT Black Appearance Package Plus and the Lariat Black Appearance Package. Also, four-wheel drive is limited availability. So they're just trying to find those last ones. And then don't forget, Pro Access tailgate is mandatory on the King Ranch 600 and 601A, Platinum Plus 703A, and Platinum Base with the satin package on 700, 701, and 702. And then, the color Argon Blue, Avalanche, Ruby Red, not compatible with the STX 200B, 201A, Lariat 500A, XLT 300A, as well as 301 or 302A, unless you order the Chrome package or Black Appearance package. And then Antimatter Blue is not available at the Dearborn. It's now only available at the Dearborn assembly plant there. So not available in Kansas City. And then Transit is scheduling for the weeks of 1/12 through 2/9. So there you go. All right. That's that. Probably not much questions on that.
I do have a question.
Oh, yeah?
Why is Ford building a certain percentage of Platinum Plus Super Duties?
It's not really necessarily that they're limiting anything. It's what they are capable of building, right? Because it's all about parts and availability. They are an assembly plant. And so it's all about what they can get for parts and production from their suppliers, right? And so it could have to do with the wheel.
Yep.
It could have to do with some other things. If it's just like usually a wheel, they'll make an option. They'll make availability for an optional wheel or something. But sometimes it's just the fact that they don't think that none of people are going to order the Platinum Plus. That's a possibility. Yeah. And Platinum Plus is not constrained.
Yeah.
Right. Platinum's not constrained. Right, on the Super Duty. What was it? King Ranches right now, but Platinum, you should be good. We've had a couple Platinum Pluses now that have showed up. So they got built and everything. So we should. But production, their percentage and their capacity is fairly low, just for the fact that they know not that many people are going to order it. So
Yeah.
that's it's sometimes it's just a planned production, and sometimes it's because of parts availability more than anything. So, and when we say limited availability on some of these things, that's probably because of they have more orders than supply.
Yeah.
Right, on those, and that's why there's a constraint on some of those, right? Is just for that fact, like 450.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot of times a 450 and some of those, it has to do with the axles from the plant that builds the axles. They can only build them so fast. And so that's why they're limited on those. And that's why you see that. So
yep.
They don't give us all the information on that. Just that's some of the assumptions and some of the things that I've seen. But all right. Good question.
That's what I had. Can the keypad be removed from a 23 Maverick? Is it one of the stick-on ones, or is it one that's built in?
So 23 Maverick, I believe it was on the pillar. So if it's on the pillar, that's actually wired in.
If it's wired in, you're gonna have a hole.
If it's a DIO or one of those are stick on. They're like a 3M. But if it's on that A pillar, I can tell you that it's already been hardwired in. So if you took the keypad off, you'd have a hole, right? So, and you'd have wiring in there too. All right. Anything else on that?
Nope.
All right. Well, let's keep it moving along. And let's see here. What's next? We have dealer news updates, and I think there are a few here. All right. Dealer news updates. They're announcing some changes to the Level 3 charging equipment program. It says, due to changing conditions in the electric vehicle industry, Ford is revising how certain dealers will earn and receive funding as part of the Level 3 charging equipment program. So dealers were asked to put in chargers at their dealers. We have some level 3, I think they're actually level 3 and level 2 chargers. And so they're making some changes, it looks like, as of December 12th. These changes only apply to currently enrolled dealers who choose option 1 or option 3 and dealers who enroll prior to December 31st. So kind of the sales earning period. So you earn some compensation back for the chargers, right? Some reimbursement back. And so this is really for dealers more than anything, but there is that going on. So they actually show in here for dealers. So if you're a dealer out there, you might check that out if you're needing to get compensated for those, to make sure that you're not losing out on that, because there are some changes to that. This other one is a mid-year price increase on the 26 model year Mustang. And I didn't get a chance before the live stream to see what changed and what all has been affected. But there was, as of the 15th, price increase that happened on the Mustang. If you have an order in for a Mustang prior to that, then you are price protected, right? So make sure your dealer does price protect you. So this is, doesn't actually say what price level this is, but if you ordered prior to the 12th, on or before the 12th, then you're price protected. You will need to make sure your dealer did COVP the order, but you should be price protected at that point. So then they don't have to worry about the price increase. So when it comes in, you want to make sure you get the price it was when you ordered the vehicle. This last one was the connected services update for the 1 year plus 90-day Blue Cruise. It is now eligible to residualize on lease contracts. So that is a plan that you paid for if you wanted the 1 year plan. I can't remember what it cost, maybe $100 or something. That's just a guess. I have to look it up. But that normally, when you lease a vehicle, there's certain things that can be residualized on the MSRP. Well, the Blue Cruise 1 year and 90 days has now been included into what can be residualized. A lot of people didn't know this, but also the Ford Custom Garage packages now can be residualized if you want to lease. That is new as well. So anyway, so there you go. So those can be included. That just helps you with your lease payments and everything. So there you go. All right. Any questions on those? Not a lot there. There were some order guide updates, and I forgot to go through those this weekend. So some that came out early in December, and I haven't had a chance to go through them. So I'll try to do that. But there you go. Other than that, not a lot there. There you go. Any other questions before moving on?
Nope.
I think the only articles I want to cover from theroad.ford.com have to do with our topic tonight. So we'll get into and talk about that during our topic.
Okay.
But yeah. All right. If there's nothing else, we're ready for recalls.
Yeah.
All right, there's several recalls in here, but what's great news about these recalls is these are recalls that have been out where there hasn't been a fix, and now on a lot of them there is a remedy on them. So this first one is a customer satisfaction program 25M02. This is for 21 to 24 model year Bronco Sport, 2020 to 2022 Escape with the 1.5 liter engine. And so this here is a no cost repair. And for 15 years of service, 150,000 miles from the warranty start date, whichever occurs first. So there you go. And then doesn't say how many. Oh yeah, 696,390 vehicles are affected by this one. And some of the affected vehicles, the upstream catalytic converter assembly may develop a leak or may not function effectively over a long period of time. Affected vehicles may experience unusual or louder exhaust system noise under the hood and or increased exhaust odor and or illumination of the service engine soon light on the dashboard with diagnostic trouble code DTC P0420. Stored in the powertrain control modules. So anyway, so now there is a fix for that, right? And letters are going to go out. It does say pending agency approval. Letters are expected to be mailed the week of March 8th, 2026 or sooner, it says. And so they're saying there is a fix that they think works, and there's a lot of program options in here, but it sounds like to me it needs to get approved yet. So there you go. There's that. This next one is equipment recall 25SA6. This is for 23 to 26 model year Escape and Corsair, 24 to 26 Nautilus, 25 to 26 Bronco Sport, and Maverick vehicles equipped with the 1.5 liter or 2.0 engine and an engine block heater. So this in here is an update. There was an advance notice back in October. And some of the affected vehicles may have a service engine block heater element installed that may overheat while the engine block heater system is plugged in. So you were told not to plug these in.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, so now it looks like there is a fix for it. And so you can get that taken care of. So we had mentioned that they weren't scheduling any vehicles with the engine block heater with those gas motors until later. So it looks like we have a fix now. So anyway, so that's available, and I don't know. It doesn't say how many vehicles are affected by this one. Anyway, so they don't actually have a range, but so you should be able to check and see if that fix is available for you. This next one is emissions recall 25E10 for 2018 to 2020 model year F-150 vehicles with the 3.3 liter engine. That was that diesel engine. If you guys remember that, 169,891 vehicles affected on this one here. The affected vehicles have an emissions control system that does not account for certain end-use conditions and might not control tailpipe emissions effectively over time. So there's a repair for this. Letters are going to go out to owners the week of March 30th, 2026 on this one. So I think this is also another one where they have the fix and they're getting that approved, and maybe that's why, or they don't have a big enough supply to handle everybody's, and that's why letters are going out later. But so there you go. All right. Next one, safety recall 25SD8 for 26 model year Super Duty vehicles with a 10.5-inch single rear wheel axle. So it says 6,806 are affected by this one, built out of Kentucky truck plant. It says some of the affected vehicles, the rear right-hand axle shaft may have been manufactured without properly completing the electromagnetic induction heat treatment process, making the axle shaft susceptible to fracture. A fractured rear axle shaft could result in a loss of motor power while driving or vehicle rollaway when the vehicle is placed in park and the parking brake is not applied. Either of these scenarios can increase the risk of a crash. Another reason why you should set your parking brakes. Anyway, so it looks like there's a fix for this one. Owners' letters are expected to be mailed mid-January 2026 or sooner to those owners. So these are a lot of fixes out there. So this is good to see. This next one is a supplement. It's an update to Customer Satisfaction Program 25B47. Originally came out October 3rd, and this update here is going as a parts update and a VIN list update. So more VINs are on this, 843 VINs on this one here. And this is a Customer Satisfaction Program that expires expiration date of December 31st, 2026. Right. No mileage limit on this one. So for those of you who don't remember from October, or if you weren't on the live stream, you don't know, warranty part analysis and bench testing has shown that transfer case thrust bearing damage can occur as a result of repeated high torque launches consistent with severe duty package delivery applications. Over time, fatigue, failure of the thrust bearing can create loose metal debris in the system and distribute it throughout the transfer case, damaging other internal components and affecting vehicle performance. So this in here, letters did go out, or they're going out next week on this one here. So, all right, next one is a compliance recall 25C68. And this is for 25 to 26 model year Corsair and Escape vehicles. And that affects 779 vehicles. And some of the affected vehicles may not conform to the requirements specified by the Federal Motor Vehicle Safety Standards when it comes to seatbelt assembly anchorages on your vehicle. The left and or right rear seatbelt retractor bolts may be improperly secured to the vehicle's body. And of course, what would happen there. So, and then some letters are going to go out the week of January 5th to those owners on that one. And then lastly, safety recall 25SD9. This is an advance notice, so we don't have a fix on this one yet. For 22 to 25 model year transit, e-transits actually on this one here, 32,126 vehicles affected by this one. In the affected vehicles, the left-hand rear half shaft may not have been fully seated into the electric drive assembly at the manufacturing plant. This may result in a premature wear of the half shaft splines. In the event of excessive spline wear, customers may experience a seal leak and eventually may experience a loss of motor power or unintended vehicle movement while the vehicle is in park if the parking brake is not applied. These conditions increase the risk of a crash. Letters will go out when they have the fix available. So there you go. Again, 2 instances where we have to have our parking brakes. You just never know, right? Anyway, there you go. All right. Probably not any questions on those, but a lot of those are fixes that are available, and letters are going to start going out to those owners right there on that. So there you go.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else? Moving on.
Nope. Moving on.
All right, I got a good one here for Is It True?
Okay.
All right. So this while we were at the Bronco Off Rodeo, they teach you different technologies on your Bronco, and one of them that they talk about and they try to show people is the Trail One Pedal Drive.
Okay.
And on that, from the very beginning, it's been available on your 2.7 liter engines. Of course, those are standard automatic on those.
Yeah.
With those, and you get a Trail One Pedal Drive. And so what that does is basically it's when you're letting off the accelerator, it's basically braking the vehicle. So it's like it's doing the 2-pedal thing, but for those that aren't good with the 2-pedal with left foot braking, then you can use a Trail One pedal and it kind of acts as a left foot braking. Okay. Which is a nice technology for those that aren't real good at that. They can use the Trail One pedal drive, just pressing that little button and the goat mile dial. So some people asked, they asked me while we were there, even the trainers that were there, Trevor and Jordan, was like, Tim, do you have any knowledge of why the 2.3 liter doesn't get that technology? Yeah. Well, Google knows. It's out there somewhere. It's probably on Ford's site. But the 2.3 liter couldn't get it because it needs electric brake boost. So that electric brake boost electronically helps brake the vehicle. And the 2.3 liters early on did not have an electric brake boost. Mine doesn't have the electric brake boost. And so it needs that. Well, funny thing, do a little research. Did you know that 25 model year, all Broncos get the electric brake boost?
Really?
Yes. So that got me thinking and looking at it and going, well, does that mean that all of the 2.3s then will get the Trail 1 pedal drive? Looked on the order guides. Nope, they don't. So 25 model year, they don't. But some good news for 26 model year vehicles. So certain 26 model years with a 2.3 and the automatic transmission will have Trail 1 pedal drive.
Okay.
That is something I just glanced over, did not cover in my videos. If you're looking at a Outer Banks, a Badlands, a Heritage Edition, of course, anything with a 2.7 is going to already have it. Any of those vehicles with the 2.3 there and automatic will have the Trail 1 pedal drive.
Yeah.
But the base and Big Ben will not. So that is what I've found from the order guide. And I'm assuming the order guide is correct. Brand manager hasn't emailed me back yet. My contact over there with the Bronco team isn't aware of that because he doesn't work on that side of that. He's more on the personalization of the Broncos. But he wasn't sure. So I did contact the brand manager and no email back. I don't know. These Bronco brand managers must be awfully busy. Anyway, but
super busy.
there you go. I do have a cell number, but I try not to do that, but I might have to. But we might be talking a little bit about that in Built Wild Wednesday, just so everybody knows. But that is something that's encouraging because for those that now I do left foot braking when I off-road, I've gotten pretty fluid at it, pretty good at it. I actually got some compliments at Bronco Off-Rodeo on some of the skills on that. Thanks to Amy over there in Texas. So Ace, thank you very much for teaching us how to do left foot braking, as well as Brian and Melissa. Melissa helped me a lot in doing some left foot braking on our last trip to Colorado. So those trail guides at Bronco Off-Rodeo, they'll teach you a lot of things that help you with your skills. And the thing of it is I've gone to several of these. So I've gone to 3 full day versions of this. One of them was the dealer one, right? But I've been to 2 now, one for our Bronco, one for the one that we did for the marketing team from Broncos that we had in our rental fleet that was purchased by the rental fleet. We were able to use those to go to Off-Rodeo. It almost takes a second time to go. I mean, I know I've been to a bunch of half days as well, but in fact, the half day we did is where we really focused in on it with Ace over there and teaching us how to do that. But there's a great technology there. And what's great about left foot braking for those that don't use this and don't utilize this, there's a lot of vehicles now, 25 and 26 model year, where that rear locker is not standard equipment anymore. It's not standard. It's not even an option. You can't add the $795 standalone option for the rear locker. I'm a big advocate for this. Yeah. You know that. I think every Bronco should come with it. I mean, let's just come on Ford. Just you're a Bronco. You're the most capable off-road vehicle. You can't be capable without a rear locker. So, I mean, it's a good system. Yeah. But one thing that does help if you don't have a rear locker is learning left foot braking, because that can really kind of almost act as a manipulative rear locker in a sense. It slows that axle down enough for you to grip and maybe not need the rear locker. Yeah. In fact, there's a couple times where they said, hey, engage your rear locker here. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try it without it and see if I can get up there. And if I need to, I'll be reactive and I'll go ahead and add it. I can always add it on. And I was able to, with left foot braking, get through that without adding the rear locker, unlike everyone else. And so, and so that's what I've been telling some people, that if you don't get a rear locker, you got to go to Bronco Off-Roading and learn how to left foot brake. And that can help you do some off-roading that you know, if you decide you want to. What's really funny is how many people, like even myself, that's done Bronco Off-Rodeo and then went, man, I wish I'd got that on my Bronco. Man, I wish I'd gotten the Badlands edition, right? Yeah. And then they end up trading, either trading in or just going, well, I can't do what I thought, or whatever. But that's why I think every Bronco should come with the rear locker, or at least allow it as a not standalone option like they used to back in the day. So anyway, all right. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that. All right.
We're doing another Maverick meetup, right?
Yeah, we plan to. We need to get that date set up so people can start planning that, because it's about this time of the year. Like, I'm already planning my vacation. Yeah. Right. Figuring out what we're going to do and trying to figure out what's going on there. and people maybe start thinking about it and talking about it during Christmas break and everything. So we need to get dates set up. We'll try to do that early in January, so you guys have those dates and you can plan your hopefully vacations around it. So
Yep.
We'll try not to take you off on dirt roads in the rain anymore.
Although, when you think about it,
We'll just get a bunch of Broncos off the line and jump in, people. Let's go.
just caravan it.
Yep.
Just have some fun. If you think about, Rebel Rally, they ran for 10 years. And this was the first year with rain. So
Yeah. All right. We may not have rain ever again for that event. All right.
that's the hope.
We ready to talk about our topic for tonight?
Yes, we are.
All right, let's talk about this. So here, let me pull this up first of all. Because the article came out yesterday. So I actually didn't know what I was going to talk about.
No, you were planning for this to be our end of the year.
I thought this might be the last live stream this year. Looks like we're going to have one next week, at least. But because I was like, what? There's nothing in the news. And Ford, pretty much after this week, Ford's kind of gone on vacation. So they're going to be closed up next week, the week after, right? There's not going to be anything going on. We won't do a scheduled video the next 2 weeks. So next week will be our year in review, talking about that and to look into 2026 next week. But this week, Ford dropped this at 3:00. It's like, I needed something to talk about. I'm like, they must have listened to me or something. No, they didn't. But it's really cool that they dropped this because we're going to talk about this. On there from the road.ford.com, they reveal us. Actually, I didn't know this, but they actually had a media release on this. But I didn't get anything ahead of time. Anyway, we're not media anymore. So Ford follows customers to drive profitable growth, reinvest in trucks, hybrids, affordable EVs, battery storage, takes EV related charges. But the big thing on this, I'm not going to go through the bullet points. We're going to go through this, but this article here, you can read it if you'd like to. I'm going to kind of rephrase some of it. So some of it is in there. So Ford no longer plans to produce the select larger electric vehicles where the business case has eroded due to lower than expected demand. So people are not buying the F-150 Lightning.
No, they're not.
And if you look at that, when we do sell them, what do we sell? Flash, XLT, the Pro version. If we had any, they want the cheaper one of that. They're not looking. We're not selling the Platinum. We're not selling Lariats. That is the cost level. It's just they're too expensive, and so we're going to do that. Of course, the regulatory changes as well. That's going on. They don't have to, right? Ford will expand, and it's somewhere in here. So there's that where I mentioned right there. Does say in here, Ford will expand their powertrain choices, including a range of hybrids and extended range electric propulsions, while focusing its pure electric vehicle development on its flexible, universal EV platform for smaller, affordable models. So they're not dumping EV altogether. Excuse me. They're making the EVs where people are buying them. And that is the low cost EVs, right? The cheaper ones. I feel that people are wanting that EV. That's their second vehicle, right?
Yeah.
That's the commuter one that they can have no gas, save a lower cost of maintenance, right? And in the long run, will save themselves money. Now, a lot of it is a lot of people aren't really educated on this. I think they're scared to death that it's gonna die on them and this and that, right? But I get that. And so, so that's what they're going to. So that universal platform that they're talking about, and the first one is going to be a small truck, right? They're thinking Maverick size. And I don't know for sure. They haven't really said. I think they showed it to dealers at the dealer meeting.
Yeah.
But I wasn't there, so I don't know for sure. But it does say here, Ford will concentrate its North American electric vehicle development on its new low-cost, flexible electric EV platform. The next generation architect is engineered to underpin a high-volume family of smaller, highly efficient and affordable electric vehicles designed to be accessible to millions of customers. So that's what they're going to be building in the Louisville assembly plant.
Okay.
Right. We kind of talked about it. And actually, we're going to talk about and break down because they are making a shift in what's being built where for that. Anyway, it does say, and I just kind of mentioned that in here, Ford's next generation F-150 Lightning will shift to an extended range electric vehicle. So a lot of people are saying F-150 Lightning is dead. It's done. It's no longer goodbye. I think it's actually more of it's taking a vacation right now. It's getting stronger. It's getting maybe better, and then it's coming back better than ever. So anyway, so they're saying that that F-150 is architects to be assembled. It will be assembled in the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center in Dearborn, Michigan. It says 100% electric power delivery. So still electric power delivery, sub 5 second acceleration, and adds an estimated 700 plus mile range and tows like a locomotive, it says. So basically what this means is it's still going to be an electric powered.
Okay.
The 700-mile range and extended range means basically you're going to put gas in it to basically power in a sense, a
charger.
Yes. So you're basically it's going. I don't know why I can't think of the words now, but
It's
anyway,
like a hybrid.
A generator. It's basically powering a generator that's powering the battery, so then you can keep going. So basically, it's still going to be electric. So right now, the BMW has one right now. We had one on our lot. We had a couple on our lot, and that's what it was. It was a very small little motor that basically just generated, you put gas in it, so much gas in it, and it basically energy. Yes, so that way you can go further without having to worry about charging.
Which I mean, when the Lightning came out, we had people asking if you can put a generator in the back, if you can do this or that, which would then charge up the battery.
Yep.
So yeah, I get how that could.
Does say in here the production of the current generation F-150 Lightning has concluded. So they were done building all the 25s. That was done and over. But they hadn't started building any 26s.
Yeah.
So they're not going to build a 26. So that STX version, not going to happen. Not right now.
Right.
So which is kind of sad. In fact, 5 days ago, the Ford Electric Instagram page put a post out about the F-150 Lightning STX coming. I'm like, no, it's not now. Maybe you should take that post down. But anyway, but it does say in here that Ford is deploying the employees from that plant at Rouge over to Dearborn as a third shift, so to support the gas and hybrid truck production over there. So they're not out jobs, so they're moving them over there. So so that's good. And they're making more F-150s. Does say in here that Ford also plans to replace a planned electric commercial van for North America with a new affordable commercial van with gas and hybrid models. So right now they don't have a hybrid van model, just gas or electric.
Right.
So they're saying they're going to have a hybrid version available, and that will be built at Ford's Ohio assembly plant over there. So that new van does say in here the company, which I'm just saying Ford Motor Company, also plans to expand gas, hybrid, and extended range electric options across its portfolio, with nearly every vehicle featuring a hybrid or multi-energy powertrain choice by the end of this decade. And a lot of people aren't really talking about that when they're talking about F-150 being done and all this other thing and extended range, but they didn't read this paragraph because it says in here that it's going to plans to expand the hybrid and extended range electric options across its portfolio. That means other vehicle lines.
Right.
So I already know, now that they brought this out, I can tell you, I've heard that they're making a hybrid expedition, or they're working on a hybrid expedition, right, with a range of 600 to 700 miles. They're working on some of these. So we're going to hopefully see, it does say by the end of the decade, we'll see more and more vehicles in the lineup with hybrid. I also know they're working on a hybrid Bronco Sport. They're working on a hybrid Bronco, believe it or not.
Yeah.
That's not pleasing everybody, but they're working on this. Their engineers are out there figuring this out.
Yeah.
Now, the Tennessee truck plant, you know what that is? Blue Oval City. You know,
That's right.
Louisville City now, that campus is going to be called the Tennessee Truck Plant now,
Yeah.
instead of the Electric Vehicle Center, because it's going to produce the all new built Ford Tough models with production starting in 2029.
Yeah.
So that's probably the new F-150, right? The
Right.
next gen F-150 will be built. Some of them will be built at this plant. So again, repurposing, since we don't need to build that's where the T3
Right.
was going to be built. I don't know if you remember that. So it sounds like to me the T3 trusted truck is not going to be built after all. Ohio Assembly Plant, the plant will continue to become a central hub to Ford Pro, assembling the new gas and hybrid powered commercial van starting in 2029, alongside the Super Duty chassis cabs, which is where they make what they build there. So there you go. So that's kind of that there, right there. And let's see here. I had an image. Let's see if I can switch this here. Take that off. That kind of shared this right here. There we go. So this here, you can see basically goes through what their kind of plan is overall. So you can see the different plans. So something I didn't mention is they also are working on a new battery energy storage system business alongside their automotive manufacturing. So basically these plants that we're going to be making all these batteries, they're going to be making batteries and such for these storage system plants. I've seen a lot of them, some of the other manufacturers doing that. So they're going to be a licensed LFP technology. So those that lithium phosphate battery that's going to be that's in a lot of the standard ranges. So they'll be making the batteries there, and that's probably what will be powering these smaller, inexpensive EVs, mach-e, and that kind of stuff. The new F-150 Lightning will be an extended range electric vehicle built at the Rouge factory in Michigan. The new gas and hybrid commercial van will be made in Ohio Assembly Plant. That becomes a new Ford Pro hub there. Ford Pro is basically the commercial lineup, right? Your transits and that kind of stuff. So that new van will be built there, as well as your cabin chassis and such for the Pro version. All new built Ford Tough gas powered trucks. Let's say affordable. They all say affordable, whatever. Tennessee Truck Plant, formerly Tennessee Electric Vehicle Center or Blue Oval City. The increased focus on flexible universal EV platform, those will be built at the Louisville Assembly Plant. So there you go.
You know, if it wasn't affordable, it would be Lincoln.
It's funny they're saying affordable on all those, but there you go. So there, and even has a quote from Jim Farley there that this is a customer-driven shift to create a stronger, more resilient, and more profitable Ford. The operating reality has changed, and we are redeploying capital into higher return growth opportunities. So the big thing is that not as many people buying the F-150 Lightning. I was going to look up the numbers, but I didn't have time before the live stream. But people just aren't buying the F-150 Lightning. They're buying the hybrid version, or they're buying just a gas version. That's just what they want. It's sad to see, because if you really knew what the capability, what the electric vehicle is about, and the capabilities and what they can do, and that there's not as much limitations as you think. There's a great purpose behind electric vehicle. And if you actually look at it, for most people, a lot of people would actually come out ahead if they got an electric vehicle in a way of cost of ownership. Jeff's serviced his vehicle like a couple times. He doesn't have to service his vehicle. He's in town driving almost all the time, right? He can charge. He brings it by and charges it to the house.
Yeah.
He lives in an apartment, so he can't charge at the apartment. But most people have a charger at their house, can just charge at home and never hit a gas station.
Yeah.
Most of the time. And most people, when you think about it, what is your commute? And some people do have a longer commute, but most people, can you drive to and from work in less than 100, 150 miles?
Yeah.
Most people are. Then an electric vehicle could be a vehicle of choice for you.
Yep.
Right. Or if you are in a family that has two vehicles, one person could drive an electric vehicle, lower cost of maintenance. You could, really, these things are lasting. These batteries are lasting a long time. and you could not have to worry about anything but like wipers, washer fluid, and maybe some tires. And that's about it. Maybe brakes, right?
Yeah.
But that's your normal wear and tear items that you're going to have on a gas vehicle as well. Like most of that stuff is you're going to have. A lot of people concerned, what about that big battery if something goes wrong? What you don't understand is that big battery is a set of a bunch of smaller batteries.
It's a bunch of cells.
It's about a bunch of cells. So when one of them goes bad, they can replace just the one.
They saw that. They thought ahead. They were like, if we make one big battery, if it goes bad, the entire thing's shot. But if we do a bunch of smaller ones, they're removable and replaceable easily instead of having the entire thing replaced.
And we talked about not that long ago about that they went and somebody did some research on the vehicles and the repairs. There's not hardly any repairs on these batteries that unless they're under warranty. The ones outside of warranty, they're still not going bad. I mean, the ones with these hybrid batteries are lasting forever.
I saw a guy that, and now I know it's not Ford, it's Tesla, but he's had his Tesla for 10 years.
Yeah.
He's like, he actually filmed because he's been vlogging. He vlogs. So he actually filmed the first trip that he made to see how far he could go on a single charge. So he charged up to 100% and kept driving until he got to 0. Charged up and whatnot. So he saw how far he could go. He lost about 30% over a 10-year span.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good. I mean, I think that most of them are actually less than that. They're not losing a lot.
Now, that's one of the first ones.
Yeah.
That's one of the first EVs that are out there.
I think that what the testing that I saw, we reported it here. I can't remember when it was, but on the live stream, we talked about that article. And it was, they said, depending on like the early ones, like you said, we're seeing, 20, 30% loss of degradation. But the second gen, I think it was after 2013 or whatever, some of the newer ones, they're not losing. Now, I know it's new. It's only a couple of years, but even the ones that are 5 to 10 years old are not losing a lot.
Yeah.
They're keeping their degradation, and their batteries are losing maybe 5%. I mean, that's not too bad. I mean, right? You had to get a new battery recently.
I had to get a new battery
the other day. But
I was not happy. But here's the thing. I did check the service record. That's the first time we've changed that battery. It's a 17.
Yeah.
So it's 8 years old.
Yeah.
And we just changed the battery.
No, we're talking about not the hybrid.
No,
battery.
this is a C-Max.
The 12 volt battery.
The 12 volt battery in my C-Max. But we've heard of, there's a company in New York that uses Escapes, right? For their taxi services.
San Francisco.
They use Escape hybrids.
Uh-huh.
They're getting over 100,000 miles on them.
Oh, no.
Still going.
So they have, when I went to some training for F-150 Lightning when it first came out back then, they said they have the hybrid Escapes when they came out. Remember back in the day they came out early on, that they had Escapes with 400,000 miles on them. Changed the seats 3 times, but have never worried nothing with the batteries. And they're taxis, right? So, and they're all in town because they regenerate.
It's all in San Francisco.
And so they said the degradation is still like 90% on them, the batteries, and they've changed this. They've had to redo the seats because of wear and tear 3 times in that 400,000 miles, but the battery never on almost their whole entire fleet down there. So, and that's a hybrid battery, and I mean similar battery technology to these others, but. It'll be interesting to see. I think that F-150. I think the important thing on the Lightning is that it's not going away. Like I said, it's they're pausing it. It's gonna come back as an extended range. And there are some people that are in the EV community that to them that's not an EV anymore. And I'm like, but it's still kind of is. And what's great about this is I think it's a great solution for people that are a little nervous to dive straight into an EV. This is a great compromise because now they don't feel like they're going to be stranded. I got something that can, hey, if I get to that 200, oh no, I don't have a charger here in the next 50 miles, right? They have that extended range. They get some further so they can get to that charger.
Just like I've said, the plug-in hybrid is the next step to making people comfortable with hybrids and EVs in general. You have people out there that are nervous about driving anywhere because they're like, I'm going to die. I'm going to be stuck on the side of the road. I'm going to have to call someone. I'm going to have to get towed. it's going to be a whole ordeal. So they don't want to go EV. So a plug-in hybrid is your next step into that. And then this is the next step up from that. So instead of being partially EV and more hybrid, you're more hybrid with a partial motor, or you're more EV with a partial motor.
Yeah. So here is one that we've had a couple of these and on our used lot before. And that's the BMW. The BMW i3 range extender is what they call it.
Rex.
Right. Adds a small 2-cylinder gasoline generator to charge the battery, boosting a total range of around 200 miles. And of course, without it says from about 115 to 150 electric only, giving drivers freedom from range anxiety by acting as a backup for longer trips. So they kind of, you can see what that looks like. Oh, there's an ad. You can see what that kind of looks like there on that thumbnail there. But we've had a couple of those before. So generator, not drive. So does say in here it's a 0.6 liter petrol engine, powers a generator that keeps the battery topped off, but never directly drives the wheels. The electric motor always propels the car. So that's the same way that the Lightning will be, similar to that in a sense that the gas is only powering the generator in a sense, and then your vehicle is still an electric vehicle.
Yeah.
In that sense. So you have the big frunk area. More than likely, they're going to put a little motor in there, right, with a generator, and that's where it's going to be located. Is in that engine bay, right? They have the room for it, so that's where it's probably going to go. So you'll lose a little bit of your frunk area.
That's okay.
But there you go. So, so that's kind of what that, in a sense, should act like. And there are more manufacturers going to this. You know, Ram actually came out the first one with their Ram Rev. That was going to be extended range, because when we did that, they said they were getting 500 miles or whatever.
I think so.
And they were doing that with this range extender kind of thing. So anyway, any questions, any comments, We
have a couple comments.
Great words of wisdom from the community.
All right, we took care of that one. F-150 plug-in hybrid is the best of both worlds.
Yep. And this is not going to be a plug-in hybrid.
No.
A plug-in hybrid allows you to go all electric, but then also be a hybrid. So this will not have
That's what I was saying.
This will not be this will not have a hybrid motor where it combines the gas and the electric. It'll be a full electric propulsion, and the electric part of it will just be a converter in a sense. So anyway.
Pure EV Ford Lightning is dead. If all the marketing will not change it, 700-mile range would be nice, but it's basically a modified hybrid with a generator. And so then he asked if Blue Oval City is downsizing, which you answered.
Yeah, they're gonna make an F-150 there once the plant's up.
Yeah,
it looks like.
But then Ridge had said, I heard Bronco Sport hybrid. It's about time, and then at least 2 years before coming to market. At least it's coming. At least they're working on it as an option.
So my feeling on Bronco Sport getting a hybrid is, I think it's a smart thing. You got an Escape that's going away. A lot of maybe Escape people are looking at a Bronco Sport as an option, right? And I think that's a great option unless they wanted that hybrid. They lose that option for a hybrid. And I said that to the engineers. They said, well, we don't want to compromise on any kind of ground clearance or anything else, because you put the battery, it's got to be underneath, and you'll lose some ground clearance. It won't be the off-road vehicle. It'll be heavier and everything else. I'm like, hold on a second. Who says you need to make all the Bronco Sports hybrid? I'm just saying make a hybrid available, and you don't have to put it in the off-road capable Badlands edition.
No.
Put it in a Big Ben and allow people as an option to add a hybrid or go gas, right? And do it that way. That's been my take on it, is put the hybrid in as an option on the Big Ben, maybe the Outer Banks. These are the people that aren't taking them off road necessarily. And there are people that will. And if they do, hey, and then make them they have that new Sasquatch package for the Outer Banks. Sasquatch not available in hybrid. Make that a 2.0.
Yeah.
And that to be honest, Outer Banks Sasquatch should come with a 2.0 in my opinion anyway. But that's my take on the Bronco Sport. Bronco, I think the same way.
Yeah.
You have Jeep that has their plug-in hybrid. I'd actually like to see a plug-in hybrid because if I could see if you're off-roading, you want to be good for the environment. You're up there instead of running your gas motor,
You
right?
can be running on an
You
electric
can
motor
go
for
in
as long
all-
as possible.
Yeah, you can go all electric on the trail. And I know by having an electric, you can easily, that allows you to control the throttle a lot better
Yeah.
than you can in a gas motor. So I could see that. But yes, I wouldn't want to lose on any clearance as well. Just add a bigger lift.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I could see that. And you definitely don't want to damage the battery.
Right.
Right. But yeah, so I guess there's that. So I get that. They're diehard off-roaders are like, nope, no electric. And it is going to be heavier. So when you're coming down off of a rock, it's more likely to bounce more because it's heavier. But there are people that are putting a tent on the roof, all this luggage on the roof, and they're weighing that down just as much as an EV would or a battery would.
And then you have those people that are just looking for the look of the Bronco, that just want the stance and the look and the height of the Bronco. They're just looking at it for the cosmetics. They aren't looking for capability.
Again, just like with the Bronco Sport, make it available on your lower trim levels without a rear locker, maybe even or whatever, right? And the people that are daily drivers, but they want the doors off, go all electric, right? Make that availability, but maybe not make it available on the Badlands.
Tabo and I don't go off-roading.
I don't even think.
Eventually, I plan to take him off-roading, and I think I'll convert him to an off-roader. But for now, we are not off-roaders. So any time that we would take a Bronco out would be in town. So to have a fuel-efficient vehicle like a Bronco plug-in, preferably, that we'd be able to take those doors off and drive around town on a Sunday, or take it out to the beach, or do things like that, that would be nice. It would be nice to have the Bronco that I want with the capability of being fuel efficient.
Yeah.
Because that's one thing that's stopping me from getting one.
Um,
I don't want to give up my nice hybrid C-Max.
I don't know how to. Can you build in price on Jeep's website? I don't know. I was gonna look and see if like the Rubicon is equivalent to the Badlands edition, right? Man, you got to scroll a long ways to get to the building price. And so I'm really curious what motors it has. Build my Wrangler. I even said Bronco. I was just looking to see
Powertrain.
There, powertrain. So 3.6 liter V6 manual.
Or you have a 2.0 turbo engine.
So that's not their electric motor. So it's not available in theirs. So there you go. So that Rubicon would be like your Badlands version. So their off-road version that doesn't have that. Their plug-in hybrid available. Right. So that again, it would be the same thing. So again, thinking through that, but I do see the hybrid on the Expedition getting a longer range being a great thing. A lot of your SUVs, no reason why we can't do that. So we'll see. If you have a 3.5, now here's the big thing on the F-150 right now, though, their hybrid version doesn't get you that much.
No.
Gas savings. You don't go a lot further in a hybrid. It does have standard. The fuel tank is 26.
We had a hybrid F-150. We had the power boost.
Yeah,
and so
it doesn't really. No. And that's one that really does need like a plug-in hybrid.
Yeah.
Version, in my opinion. I don't know why Ford doesn't make more plug-in hybrids.
Because that's part of the thing is that we would love an F-150, but the fuel. It's a gas guzzler for us. And so we were like, with the fuel on top of the payments and whatnot, it's just not feasible.
Now, here's the hard part in that. Think about that. I mean, I think if you're looking at a plug-in hybrid F-150, you just will go with the Lightning, the next-gen Lightning with extended range, because if you want to go in all electric, that's basically what the F-150 Lightning is going to be.
Yeah.
That is going to be your plug-in hybrid in a sense. I mean, it's not really, but that's going to get you the electric range. where you can go all electric, and then you don't have to. And I'm assuming you can shut off and not have any of that generator recuperating into it, and having that shut off so you don't have to keep filling up with gas, right? And just have that shut off and just turn it on when you need to is my assumption would be. But
So
anyway.
have you heard of the South Portland, Maine buses in the 1970s were diesel motor driving a generator with electric motor driving the rear wheels?
I hadn't.
Let's see. Look up 1916 Woods dual power automobile, electric gas powered, had the same driving like MAV, but no computer to do the magic.
Huh.
I mean, the technology has been there in other automobiles and other things. It's just they haven't brought it to a smaller scale.
Well, Ford's gonna, once Escape is gone, which pretty much we're done production wise, they don't have another hybrid other than the Maverick. That's only going to boost the Maverick. There isn't another SUV option for a hybrid, or plug-in hybrid. Plug-in hybrid's gone, which I think more people need to understand what plug-in hybrid is, because I think if they did, then they would probably look at those. I think, what I really liked is, I think it was BMW that did an advertisement about that and said, electric to get you around town, hybrid to get you out of town, or something like that, for those long trips or something like that. So it was a great way of explaining that you can go all electric, commute around town in all electric, and then you have the gas to take you out of town, and using that as a hybrid at that point.
Yeah.
And I think that is the best way to explain it, right? And just going in all
I'm
electric
on a road
mode.
trip. You don't want to stop and charge. Okay, well, I have a gas engine. I can do that, and then when we get to our destination, then I can charge.
Yeah.
But otherwise, we have gas to rely on.
Yep. Hey, we've had some customers come in and said, so with this in here, they looked at a hybrid and said, do I have to plug this in? Like, no, not a hybrid, a plug-in hybrid. You don't have to plug in. You don't have to plug in a plug-in hybrid. You can go just drive it like a hybrid.
We almost bought one. I had Lebo sold on one.
Oh yeah, you're looking at they call it Energy in the Fusion. Yeah.
I had him sold on one.
Yeah. Anyway, I mean, but I think next gen, I'm excited about the F-150 Lightning next gen. And yeah, a lot of people are saying the F-150 Lightning is dead. I mean, the way we know it right now, it's over. Find your last ones. We have some in stock right now. We have them over $8,000 off. I think we're $10,000 off on ours.
Yeah.
So we're $10,000 off on our F-150 Lightnings right now. So, and I think though there's $8,000 rebates. I think you lose a couple grand of that if you want to take 0% for 72 months.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good deal. So I don't know how much you lose, a little bit of rebate to take 0%, but and I think, is Josh taking the 0%? I don't know.
I do not know.
We don't need to get into that, but he's taking opportunity of either the big rebates or the 0% on his mach-e that Ridgeview's coming to pick up. So anyway, and Ridgeview is going to get it home from here. He's going to drive in a standard range.
Yeah,
he'll have to stop a lot, but he'll get it home. And you might think, well, why didn't he buy an extended range? Well, it's not just a trip back.
Right.
Like when he got the Mavericks, originally got the Maverick XL. Yeah, the trip home would be nice having cruise control. Back then they didn't have cruise. Remember that?
Yeah.
And so he knew the trip home would not be the funnest thing. But if you don't need it out back home, why do that? I mean, we could always transport it or whatever. But yeah. Anyway, so. Yeah, and getting in a situation like that, it probably won't save him money. It'll cost us as much for gas as it would to charge on the way home. But once they get it home, they're going to charge at their house all the time. It's going to be so cheap.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, all right, that's that. Anybody have any other parting thoughts when it comes to that? But it's funny how Ford's shifting quickly. I mean, because they came out, the order guide, 26 model year F-150 Lightning, right? They came out. Their intent was to make the 26 model year F-150 Lightning. And then within a couple months, nope, we're not doing it.
Yeah.
Crazy. That is really crazy. So anyway, But there you go. If you have a Lightning, you have and it's a good vehicle. I owned one. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Right. The payment just got to me just at a certain point. I mean, it was if I could have, got to where I paid it off, and I had a Lariat version. So, and it was early on when they were $80,000 or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I traded in the F-150 on, do you remember which vehicle I went into for my F-150 Lightning?
Oh, the Lightning?
Yeah.
Or into the mach-e, right?
No. What I own in between?
The Maverick.
I went from an F-150 Lightning to a Ford Maverick.
Non-hybrid. You went to a trimmer.
I went to a trimmer. So it was what? Right around $40,000, so half the price.
Yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. There's that. Okay. Anything else on that thought? Next week we'll talk about our year in review. We'll kind of talk about some of the fun things that we did, and I kind of had an idea. I think we might for Maverick Monday next Monday. I think we're going to talk about the year in review for the Maverick Monday video series. Like what are some of the videos, some of the things we covered, and for the Ford Maverick this last year on Maverick Monday. So I'll go through some of those videos. We're in episode 93 on Maverick Mondays. We've done 93 specific Maverick videos on Mondays. That's crazy to me.
Yeah.
And this is our second year doing that. We didn't do it every week, otherwise it'd be 104 right weeks.
Right.
We'd be around 100 about now, but we only missed 7 or 8 weeks. That's not bad in 2 years. 93 episodes. It could have been at 52 weeks. Would have been 104 by the end of the year. We still have 2 weeks left, two Mondays. So it'd be 102. Only 9 weeks we didn't do a Maverick Monday video. I'm pretty happy about that. I think that's pretty cool. And it's not easy to come up with topics.
Right.
Last couple of weeks, you can tell that, right? We talked about deals and that kind of thing. But this next week we'll finishing off episode 94. We'll talk about the Maverick in review. We won't probably do one on the 29th. And we'll talk about things we've covered, some of the most watched videos.
Yeah.
Maverick Monday videos this last year. We'll talk about some of the things we covered, some of the things that were highlights for the Maverick Monday and everything.
Yeah.
And we might do the same thing for the Bronco.
Yep.
So for Built Wild Wednesday. So this, not this week, but then that'd be the 24th. That'd be Christmas Eve. Give you a Bronco video on Christmas Eve.
Yeah.
We'll see. So anyway, we may not be doing videos the 29th, 30th, 31st. We'll see. Probably don't have a live stream the 30th. So next week will probably be like the end for some of the videos for the end of the year. We may not have, unless something comes up, video for the 29th or 31st, and probably won't have a live stream on the 30th either. But nothing big will probably come up because, like I said, everybody's gonna be on vacation in Ford headquarters and everything. So we probably won't have a lot, but that's how we'll kind of end it. So, so we'll see. Anyway, but yeah, that could be fun. We'll see. I'll work on that and see. It might actually take me a couple weeks. We might actually have a week off, and maybe we'll end the Maverick Monday and Built Wild Wednesday on the 29th and 31st instead, just in case something comes up this next week, and maybe take a week to get those videos ready. But we'll have to see. Actually, we'll do a lot log probably the 24th and 31st. So anyway, we'll see. Yep. But we got a special Built Wild Wednesday this week, so we'll do that. So, all right. Well, is anything else?
No.
Can't wait for Maverick Monday number 100. You know what? I think we're just gonna stop at 99. It's like 99 bottles of beer on the wall thing.
Oh yeah.
Take one down. We'll never get to 100. Anyway, so we'll see. But yeah, there's that.
What you do is you skip titling it 100 and you go to 101. And then you get to 199 and you skip 200.
I don't know if we can do 199 Maverick Monday episodes. Of course, I didn't think we'd be at number 221 either on our live stream. So there you go. All right. Anything else? Anything the community's got? Nobody's really talking in there.
I don't think so.
I think that's it. I don't think I have anything else. Anything else to talk
It's
about?
an early night.
I'm Team Maverick. You can't cut us off. No. Anyway, but fun stuff there. Boy, what would they do if they like discontinued the Maverick? Oh.
They can't do that now. They can't.
Nope.
Maverick
Well,
has
it's the hybrid vehicle. I mean,
well, yeah.
pretty soon it'll be the only hybrid vehicle right now.
But Maverick also is and has its own enthusiast club. They can't get rid of it.
Well, shoot, the F-150 Lightning people were like, there's a club, an F-150 like Lightning club, and they were like one person's he's stepping down, and now that it's going to be different, it's like, well, there'll still be a Lightning,
Right?
you know. I mean, it'll look a little different, but I don't know. I think there are some in the community. I think some of them feel like having extended range isn't the same thing as an EV in their mind. But the way it's still driven is, to me, is an electric vehicle. If it's powered and it's driven by electric, and I know you could say, well, a hybrid starts that way, but it takes over. The motor takes over. The motor will never take over and the propulsion of the vehicle, right? It'll just help power the battery. And which the electric, like on a hybrid, you know, for the most part, the gas is really powering.
Yeah.
It is as well. But it's a much smaller battery. I guess you could say it'd be something similar, but you know, it's a combo hybrid, and I don't know. Anyway, I get it. It's hard to explain and hard to for people to understand, but there are some people that are full, like 100% EV, and, you know, charging and going through the whole thing. It's a lifestyle and everything. So I don't know. There's some people that now in their mind, the F-150 Lightning is dead, that the new one, and who's to say, maybe they don't name it the F-150 Lightning because of it. But I think they're saying it's the next gen F-150 Lightning. So, anyway, so sounds like they're still going to name it the Lightning. So we'll have to see. And who knows what they're going to name the new little electric truck.
Right?
What are some Ford names that they could bring back? Pinto.
Oh.
I could name it Pinto. That probably wouldn't be a good idea because that was a big flop there. But I don't know. Throw out some names, but anyway, Ford has been doing that from time to time. So they've been revitalizing some of the names out there, right? And bringing them back. Etzel. How about the Courier? Yeah, I don't know. They brought back Bronco,
right?
Who's to tell? I don't know. F-100, right? I mean, some people thought they had some people like have fun and Ranchero, that they like to use the what is it, I can't think of the name, but they like to say the Maverick is like the F-50. Right? So if that truck is supposed to be bigger than the Maverick but smaller than the F-150, they could name it the F-100. Right? Possibility. So there you go. Anyway, all right. Well, I'll let you guys have your evening. It is 8:38. Falcon, good one. That'd be a good one. I like that. Anyway, all right. Well, I will let you guys go. But anyway, that's what we have. You got anything else?
No.
All right.
Not really.
Well, thanks everybody for joining us tonight, and hopefully we had a little fun and little talk and little entertainment there. And just let you know. Oh yeah, Ranger would equal the F-100.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually bigger than the Maverick.
Yep.
So maybe F-50.
Right.
I don't know. Anyway. All right. But all right. that's all we have for this week. And next week, we'll do a year in review. We'll talk about some of the events we got a chance to go to. We'll talk about some things that we saw, some things we talked about, things like that, and to be looking at this next year. And if there's any plans or any trips that we're already thinking about or looking at for next year, and kind of go from there. Otherwise, yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
So, but thanks everybody. And you never know what's going on. Well, next week will be the week of Christmas, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, anyway. All right. Well, guys, be safe if we don't see you next week, and happy holidays and everything. But we'll have one more live stream, so we'll do that next week. And who knows, maybe Santa Claus is coming.
Right.
I don't really get into. I'm not gonna wear any costumes. Where's Tim? We see Santa Claus. No. Anyway, yeah. Next week will be 222. So anyway, all right. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next week, stay positive, be kind to one another,
And be kind to yourself.
we'll see you guys later.